Have you ever really stopped to think about what the word home actually means? I mean, it's got to be more than just four walls and a roof, right? So today, we're going to dive deep into the lyrics of Alison McLean's song, Home, to really unpack its beautiful and kind of complex definition of where we belong.
You know, it's one of those questions that feels so simple on the surface, but the more you think about it, the bigger it gets. Is it a building, a person, a memory, a feeling? Well, the song we're about to explore suggests it might be all of those things, and maybe something even more profound.
Okay, so this right here, this is the chorus. It's really the heart of the whole song, and it hits us with this powerful central idea right from the get-go. It's making this big comparison, and while it seems simple, it's actually setting the stage for a really deep look into what we all share.
All right, so let's really get into this core idea, because the entire song is built on the logic of that chorus. So we've got to unpack this first. So what this slide does is it kind of lays out the song's big metaphor. On one side, you have this shared physical reality. Hey, we're all swimming in the same ocean, looking at the same sea. And on the other, you have this shared internal experience, the feeling of home. The song is linking them, saying your personal sense of home is just as universal as the ocean itself, which is a pretty radical idea, if you think about it, that your feeling of home and my feeling of home are deep down the same thing.
Okay, so if home is this big, universal thing we all share, how do we, find it? How do we access it? Well, the first verse kind of pulls us back down to earth and grounds us right here, in our own bodies. It starts with the absolute basics.
So the song kicks off by looking at our entire existence as, well, a series of gifts. Not things we earned, but things we're just given. The gift of being here, right now. The gift of the world all around us. And the gift of just being able to experience any of it. And then, it gets even more specific. The song's basically saying that this feeling of home isn't something you find by looking out there. It's about grounding yourself right here in this moment. And where does it start? With the simple, profound gift of our vision.
And then, of course, our hearing. The ability to just take in all the sounds of the world around us.
And then it shifts, right? It goes from the outside in to the heart, our capacity to feel, to connect.
And finally, boom, we're back on the earth, our feet planted, our physical anchor. So you see what's happening here? The big takeaway is that before you can find home somewhere out in the world, you first have to be at home in your own body, fully present in your own senses. All right, so once we're grounded in our senses, the song kind of levels up. It moves from just experiencing the world to actively finding our unique place inside of it. Let's jump to the next verse and see how this builds. And check this out. This shows the journey perfectly. It's like a step-by-step guide. First, you walk in this presence. That's the sensory stuff we just talked about. This leads you to feel that you're truly a part of existence, not separate from it. And in that moment of connection, you are newly found. You discover who you really are. And the result of all that? You feel home on this ground. And this is the big aha moment of the whole song. It's this profound realization that the world isn't asking you to be anyone other than who you are. The song suggests that the purpose of everything around us is to create a space for you to just be yourself. And in that authenticity, that's where you find home. Okay, so we've got it. Home is this universal feeling, it's grounded in our senses, and it's found by being our true selves. But, how? How do you actually do that? Well, the song doesn't just leave us hanging. It actually gives us a how-to. So check this out. The song tells us that the world itself is talking to us. The ground we're standing on isn't just dirt. It speaks mountains. The river isn't just water. It's a source of guidance. Nature here is a teacher, not just some pretty scenery. I mean, that's a beautiful idea, right? But it brings up a pretty big question. If the world is speaking, how on earth are we supposed to hear it over all the noise in our own heads? And there it is. That's the secret. Stillness. The key instruction here is to just quiet down all that internal chatter. The song says it's only when we become still on the inside that we can actually perceive the guidance that's been there all along. It's not about searching harder, it's about listening deeper. Okay, so let's bring this all full circle. After this whole journey through our senses, our identity, and finding inner stillness, the song takes us right back to the beginning. Back to that chorus. But there's a tiny and absolutely critical change. Now look closely here, because this is so cool. The original chorus uses as and so. It's a comparison, a simile. It's saying home is like this for you and for me. But the outro, it shifts. It says it is. As it is to you, it is as it is to me. See that? The comparison is gone. It's no longer saying our experiences are just similar. It's saying they are part of the exact same shared reality.
And that right there is the whole point of the journey. The song has literally walked us from a personal search for a feeling of home to this huge realization that home is a shared state of being. We don't just feel like we're in the same boat, we finally understand that we are, in fact, all swimming in the very same sea.
So it leaves us with this final thought to chew on. If the song is right, if home isn't actually a place but a state of being, well, where do you find it? By following this path, grounding in our senses, being true to ourselves, finding that stillness, we might just discover that home was never somewhere we had to find, but simply a way of being we needed to remember. Where do you find that for yourself?